Alright, we're going to start off with a blank template. Nothing been done to this, a brand new file. And what we're going to do is we're going to create the big square and the small square. And we'll then give them some code and get one to disappear, one to appear, and then we'll leave it at that, and then we'll move on to some more after that. So first thing we want to do is create a square. Now I can just create any object shape I like, but I'm going to be consistent so that it stays in line with the tutorials. The big square, I'm going to draw a square, so I select this tool here. I don't care about the colour, it can be any colour you like, so you can choose a colour if you want. That's a bit hideous, let's try red. And I'll make a big square, so I just draw a square. Now this is a lovely square. I have a couple of problems with it. One, it's not an object or a symbol, which it needs to be. To convert it to a symbol we need to do one of two things. One is we select the tool here, the black arrow, and if we double click on this object here, on 2 clicks, it selects the whole thing. If I just do one click, so I clicked away there, and then if I just do one click, it doesn't actually select the black outline around the outside. So if I then go to move that, it leaves the line behind. However, if I do 2 clicks, that's click click, and then move it, it moves the whole thing together. Unfortunately, this is actually just an image and is not a symbol, so I do need to convert it to a symbol. The other way to select the object is to actually, whilst with the black arrow, I can put a box around it, select it, let go, and it does exactly the same thing. From this point, I then right mouse click on the object, or I could, if I wanted to, go to, where are we? I've forgotten. It's up here somewhere. God damn it, where'd it go? I want to convert it to symbol, modify. Oh, here we go, convert to symbol. So that's what we could do, or we could just select it, right click on it, convert to symbol. This is the way that I normally do it. So I click on convert to symbol, ask me what I want to call it. Well, I'm going to call that a square, and I'm going to save it as a button because I'm going to be using it to click on things. I just go OK, and you'll now notice that if I click on it once, it gets a little circle in the middle, and if I move it, the whole thing moves together, which is great. Notice down on the property bar here that it's called instance of square. Doesn't have a name yet, so if I click in here and put BS, I'll put BS for big square. Okay. Now to make the small square I can do exactly the same process, but what I can do is if I go up to window up here, come down to the library section. The library section shows me what I've actually got inside, what objects I've actually created and so on. If I click on square, I can see this one here. So from this point I can click on that and drag it onto the screen. So I now have 2 copies of the same thing. If I click on this one, I get square down the bottom, instance of square. In other words, it's a copy of that. This one here is also a copy of that. But I want this one to be smaller and I want it to have a different name. This one here, I haven't given a name. I thought I gave it a name. Well, it's supposed to be BS for big square. BS for big square. If I click on this one up here, I can click in there and call that LS or SS for small square. So if I choose either one of these two, a BS for that one, SS for this one. So big square, small square. Unfortunately, this one ain't quite small enough yet. So what I do is I now right click on it, use my right mouse button on my mouse, and I get these options here. I then look for free transform. I click on free transform, and these options come. I get what we call handles on our object. I then click on the corner one and I can make it a lot smaller. Select the center and put it in the top menu bar area, and that's where I want to be. So that's creating the square. Now on the next tutorial we'll go over creating the circle, okay, and we'll go through that, and then we'll go onto the triangle. Then we'll start looking at some code.